If I'd turned the engine off 5 seconds earlier, I would have missed everything. But I didn't. I let it idle. I was half scrolling through my phone, half watching the front door, waiting for Mia to come back out. We were supposed to be heading to dinner, her favorite place downtown. I had the reservation booked a week in advance. Same place we went after she got promoted last year. She'd been acting distant lately. I told myself it was work, that she was tired, that maybe we just needed a night together, something to reset us. So I dressed up, shaved, even ironed the shirt she liked. The one she said made me look like I had my life together. When she came downstairs, she looked incredible. Black dress, simple jewelry, hair curled. She kissed me on the cheek and smiled that sweet, distracted smile she always used when her mind was somewhere else. We got in the car, and I was about to pull out when she gasped and smacked her forehead. "Oh my God," she said. "I forgot my wallet." I offered to run in and grab it for her, but she was already out the door. "No, I got it. It'll just take a second." She was smiling, but it didn't feel real. There was something tight behind it, something off. She jogged back toward the house in those tall heels, clutching her small purse. The front door closed behind her, and I sat back, checking the time on my phone. That's when it happened. Mia's iPhone connected. I glanced at the screen on the dash. Her phone had automatically linked to the car's Bluetooth. It was routine, nothing unusual, except this time, a call started playing. At first, I didn't react. I thought maybe it was her mom, or her friend Lauren. But then I heard her voice, and the way she spoke was not how she talked to family. Her voice was low, fast, whispered. "He's in the car. We've got, 10 minutes? Hurry." I froze. Her tone, it wasn't nervous. It was excited, like she was rushing something she'd been looking forward to all day. "Yeah, I told him I forgot my wallet. He bought it." Hook, line, and sinker. A pause. Then a laugh. Her laugh. The kind I hadn't heard in weeks. And she was giving it to someone else. "I swear he has no idea. I'll be back before he even notices I was gone." My heart thudded once. Then again. Harder. The other voice came through then. A man. Calm. Confident. "Then come get what you've been thinking about all day." I felt everything go cold. I didn't move. I didn't speak. I just stared straight ahead, gripping the wheel. Was this real? Was I actually hearing this? In the house we paid for together. In the driveway where I taught her how to drive stick. In the car we took on road trips and used to pick out our first dog. She was in there right now, running back into our home to sneak in a quick 10-minute session with him. And she thought I didn't know. She thought I was just the idiot husband waiting patiently in the car. I stayed completely still. I let the silence creep in after the call cut off. Not even a goodbye between them. Just urgency. Just secrets. The door opened a minute later. She stepped back into the car like nothing happened. Hair still perfect. Lip gloss freshly touched up. She smiled at me. "Got it," she said, holding up her wallet like a trophy. "Ready." I looked at her. I looked her in the eyes. And I smiled right back. "Yeah, let's go." But she had no idea. No idea what I'd heard. No idea what I was planning. Because this night wasn't about dinner anymore. This night was the beginning of something else. I drove. Calm. Silent. She played with the radio, skipping through stations like it was any other Friday night. Occasionally she'd glance at me and ask something light. "Do you think we'll find parking?" Or, "Should we split dessert tonight?" I nodded. Smiled. Inside, I was replaying every word from that phone call, over and over. Her voice in my ears like poison. "We've got 10 minutes. He bought it. Come get what you've been thinking about all day." I had heard everything, but I couldn't confront her. Not yet. Confrontation would give her control. She'd cry, spin it, blame me, say it was a mistake. No, that wasn't good enough. She needed to feel what I felt. To be blindsided, betrayed, crushed. So I stayed cool. We pulled up to the restaurant and I even opened the door for her. She touched my arm and smiled again. God, that smile, that practiced, polished lie. The host sat us by the window. Candlelight. Soft music. Could have been romantic if I hadn't been choking on my own rage. Halfway through appetizers, she excused herself to the bathroom. Took her purse with her, of course. Probably texting him. I picked up her phone from the table the moment she was out of sight. No lock screen. She never bothered when she was with me. Why would she? I was the safe one. The predictable one. I opened her recent calls. Private number 8 minutes ago. That was him. Hidden. Coward. I checked her messages, nothing there. Instagram. Clean. Photos. Boring selfies. Just enough to fool a husband not looking for anything. But I was looking. And I wasn't her husband anymore. Not really. I tapped over to notes. And that's when I saw it. A draft. Untitled. Probably forgotten. Say you're going to the gym Monday night. He'll be in the car. I'll meet you at the back entrance. Make sure you delete the call log again. There were more. Detailed little entries. Rendezvous instructions. Lies rehearsed in advance. Tuesdays at yoga. Thursday late meetings. I wasn't just some fool who missed one red flag. I was the whole damn circus. She came back to the table just as I locked the screen and slipped the phone back into place. Her lipstick was perfect again. Did I miss anything? She asked, sipping her wine. I smiled. Not a thing. She didn't know she'd already lost. That's the moment I decided. I'm not just going to leave her. I'm going to make her beg me to. 3 days passed. She had no idea. And every hour, every smile, every soft kiss she gave me felt like a scene in a movie where I already knew the ending. I didn't stop her. I didn't flinch. I just watched. Memorized. Because I had everything I needed. I wasn't just planning an exit. I was crafting a masterpiece. The clone phone fed me a live stream of her double life. Texts, DMs, calendar entries labeled with fake appointments. Voice messages she deleted within seconds, assuming they were gone for good. But they weren't. I had every word. He's starting to get boring again. So predictable. But I've got a plan. That one hit harder than the rest. Because I was the plan. The wallet trick wasn't a one-time slip. It was a test. She was pushing boundaries, seeing how far she could take it. Seeing if I'd ever notice. But the most disturbing part wasn't that she was cheating. It was how calm she was while doing it. She was already rewriting history. Gaslighting me before I'd even asked questions. That Thursday night, I came home early. Just before sunset. She was in the kitchen, wine in hand, music playing. She didn't expect me. Hey, she said. Thought you had that meeting. Got cancelled. I said, hanging my jacket. Figured I'd surprise you. She smiled. Kissed me. I like surprises. The message had come through an hour earlier. 7 p.m. Back of the yoga studio. Where that thing I like. She was dressed for it. Tight black leggings, new top. Hair curled like she never did for yoga. You heading out? I asked casually like I didn't already know. Yeah, she said. Class starts at 7:30. I'll be home by 9. She walked past me. Grabbed her keys. Kissed me again at the door. I'll bring smoothies, she smiled. Smoothies. As soon as the door shut, I pulled up the live GPS from the mirrored phone. I placed a tracker under her car too, just in case she started getting smart. She didn't go to yoga. She went exactly where the message said she would. Back alley lot. Rear entrance of a closed-down strip mall where some wellness classes were still held. I watched her icon stop moving. I texted the investigator. She's there. You know what to do. Photos came back within an hour. Clear. Night vision. Her with him. Same guy from the voice on the call. Arms around her waist. Kissing her like she belonged to him. They didn't even go inside. She came home just after 9 like she said she would. 2 smoothies in hand. Peanut butter for you, strawberry for me, she said, setting mine down like a prize. I took a sip. She sat next to me and cuddled into my side. How was class? I asked. Hard, she said. But it felt good. Lying through her teeth. Mascara still perfect. I looked at her for a long time, and I wondered how many nights she'd done this before I ever caught on. How many times she smiled like this and walked back into our home, our bed, our life, carrying another man's scent. She wasn't just cheating. She was performing. And I was done being in the audience. That night, while she slept, I opened her laptop and sent myself copies of every synced photo, every hidden folder, every document. I built a timeline. I matched receipts to text messages, calendar entries to surveillance photos, deleted voicemails to phone logs. By 2 a.m., I had a 40-page file sitting on my desktop labeled Exit Strategy. She was never going to see it coming. Her birthday was coming up. Normally, I'd plan something romantic, flowers, dinner, maybe a weekend getaway. But this year I planned something different. Because by now, I didn't just have evidence. I had leverage. Every message, every photo, every sneaky little meeting she thought she'd gotten away with. I had them printed, labeled, time-stamped. I even had audio clips from the Bluetooth call she unknowingly broadcasted to me. I cut and stitched the most damning ones together. We've got 10 minutes. He's an idiot. I'll be back before he notices I'm gone. You're so much better than him. The last one she whispered like it was a secret treasure. Like she meant it. I stored it all in a hidden folder. Printed backups. USB drives tucked away in my office, one in my gym bag, and another in a safety deposit box under my brother's name. If she wanted war, I'd give her the nuclear version. But I didn't rush it. Revenge is like wine. You serve it at the right temperature, and it tastes better than anything you've ever had. So I smiled through her birthday week, took her shopping, laughed at her jokes, made love to her like I hadn't been watching her life implode behind the scenes. She didn't suspect a thing, and that's what made it so beautiful. Her real birthday party was on Saturday. A small dinner at home with her closest friends. I catered, set the table, candles lit, playlist she loved. It had to feel perfect, because people only remember what gets destroyed when they've first seen how flawless it looked. That afternoon, I picked up her cake while she was out, getting her nails done. Spoiler, she wasn't. She was with him again. In his car this time, parked 3 blocks away from where she told me she'd be. She always used cash on those days. No digital trail. Amateur. The investigator sent me a photo of them kissing in broad daylight. I framed it. Not metaphorically. I literally put it in a white wooden frame. Wrapped it in birthday paper. Topped it with a red bow. Her final gift. We sat down for dinner with 6 of our friends. Her best friend Liv, my brother Jordan, her coworker Camila, even her parents on a video call. The mood was light. Wine poured. Music played. She looked over at me and said, "This is perfect. You always make everything perfect." I smiled. "Open your gifts," I said. The others handed over boxes, envelopes, sweet cards. Then she got to mine. The one with the red bow. She grinned. "You always do something sentimental." "I do," I said. "Open it." She unwrapped it slowly, pulled back the paper. Her smile froze as soon as she saw the photo behind the glass. It was a picture of her, straddling another man, her hands on his chest, her mouth on his, broad daylight, time-stamped in the corner. She didn't speak, just stared. The room fell dead silent. "What is that?"
Liv whispered.
Camila put her wine glass down. My brother's eyebrows shot up. Her hands started shaking. She looked at me. I didn't flinch. I didn't blink. "That," I said, "is the moment I stopped loving you." She stammered. "This isn't. This. What are you doing?" I stood, walked over to the TV and played the audio. Her voice filled the room. "He's an idiot. We've got 10 minutes. I'll be back before he even notices I'm gone." I paused the recording right after she moaned the guy's name. Gasped. Someone dropped a fork. Her face turned ghost white. Then I spoke. "I want everyone here to know I didn't ruin this marriage. I just finally stopped pretending I didn't know she did." She looked like she wanted to disappear, but she couldn't, because this wasn't just revenge. This was the first strike. She chased me outside the moment I shut the front door behind me. Her heels clicked against the concrete until she gave up and yanked them off, barefoot on the cold driveway, calling my name. Just stop. Please, can we just talk? I didn't turn around. I could still hear the silence in that dining room. 6 of our closest friends, frozen in disbelief as her affair played on the TV like a bad movie trailer. Her life cracking open in front of them. And now, out here, she was panicking because she couldn't control the scene. Okay, she cried. Yes, it happened. But it wasn't like that. It wasn't what you think. I stopped walking. Slowly, I turned back. Oh, so you weren't sleeping with another man behind my back? That wasn't your voice whispering about 10-minute hookups while I waited in the car like a fool. Her mouth opened, but nothing came out. I loved you, I said, my voice low, but shaking with what I was holding in. Do you understand that? I loved you. I built a life around you. And you used it. Used me like I was the cover story in your disgusting little game. Tears welled in her eyes. She stepped forward, reaching for me. I stepped back. Don't. Not tonight. Please, she whispered. I ended it. I did. A week ago. After that night, I knew. I wanted you. Not him. I laughed. Cold. Sharp. You knew the second you got caught. She shook her head, mascara streaking. No, that's not fair. It got out of hand. But you planned it. I cut in. Don't insult both of us by pretending this was spontaneous. You gave it time, attention, strategy. You even left notes for yourself on how to lie better. Her expression cracked completely. She folded in on herself, sobbing into her hands. For a second, I almost felt something. Pity, maybe. Sadness. But it disappeared as fast as it came. Because the truth was, I didn't want her tears. I wanted her accountable. You don't understand, she said, wiping her face. I didn't mean to hurt you. I stepped toward her now, just close enough to make her look up at me. You didn't mean to hurt me? You called me a joke while you planned quickies in our home. You made love to me with his scent still on you. And now you're standing here begging for a conversation. She stayed silent. Good. I'm not here to hear excuses. I'm not here to work through this. I'm here to tell you something. She looked up slowly, barely breathing. I'm not done. Not even close. She blinked. What does that mean? It means I'm not leaving you tonight. Not walking away in some tragic, romantic, heartbreak ending. I leaned in, steady. It means I'm going to make you feel what I felt. Every ounce of it. Slowly, publicly, professionally, legally, emotionally. Her lips trembled. You don't mean that. I smiled, but not with kindness. I've already started. She chased me outside the moment I shut the front door behind me. Her heels clicked against the concrete until she gave up and yanked them off, barefoot on the cold driveway, calling my name. Just stop. Please, can we just talk? I didn't turn around. I could still hear the silence in that dining room. 6 of our closest friends, frozen in disbelief as her affair played on the TV like a bad movie trailer. Her life cracking open in front of them. And now, out here, she was panicking because she couldn't control the scene. Okay, she cried. Yes, it happened. But it wasn't like that. It wasn't what you think. I stopped walking. Slowly, I turned back. Oh, so you weren't sleeping with another man behind my back? That wasn't your voice whispering about 10-minute hookups while I waited in the car like a fool. Her mouth opened, but nothing came out. I loved you, I said, my voice low, but shaking with what I was holding in. Do you understand that? I loved you. I built a life around you. And you used it. Used me like I was the cover story in your disgusting little game. Tears welled in her eyes. She stepped forward, reaching for me. I stepped back. Don't. Not tonight. Please, she whispered. I ended it. I did. A week ago. After that night, I knew. I wanted you. Not him. I laughed. Cold. Sharp. You knew the second you got caught. She shook her head, mascara streaking. No, that's not fair. It got out of hand. But you planned it. I cut in. Don't insult both of us by pretending this was spontaneous. You gave it time, attention, strategy. You even left notes for yourself on how to lie better. Her expression cracked completely. She folded in on herself, sobbing into her hands. For a second, I almost felt something. Pity, maybe. Sadness. But it disappeared as fast as it came. Because the truth was, I didn't want her tears. I wanted her accountable. You don't understand, she said, wiping her face. I didn't mean to hurt you. I stepped toward her now, just close enough to make her look up at me. You didn't mean to hurt me? You called me a joke while you planned quickies in our home. You made love to me with his scent still on you. And now you're standing here begging for a conversation. She stayed silent. Good. I'm not here to hear excuses. I'm not here to work through this. I'm here to tell you something. She looked up slowly, barely breathing. I'm not done. Not even close. She blinked. What does that mean? It means I'm not leaving you tonight. Not walking away in some tragic, romantic, heartbreak ending. I leaned in, steady. It means I'm going to make you feel what I felt. Every ounce of it. Slowly, publicly, professionally, legally, emotionally. Her lips trembled. You don't mean that. I smiled, but not with kindness. I've already started. She didn't believe me at first. She thought it was just anger talking, that I'd cool off, that I'd come around like I always did. Calm her down, clean up her mess. She was wrong. The next morning I left early.
No breakfast.
No note. I just disappeared before she woke up. I didn't go to work. I went to war. First stop was my lawyer, Ben. He had already reviewed the evidence, texts, photos, audio, GPS logs. His words were short, precise. We'll bury her. In our state, infidelity still matters. With everything I had, I could prove she committed marital misconduct, which meant I could walk away with everything. The house, the savings, even the dog she begged me to adopt. Ben drew up the papers. I signed them, but I wasn't done. That same day, I sent the evidence packet to the private school where she worked, an elite prep academy that prized its moral image. I didn't include everything, just enough. Screenshots, timeline, her caught skipping out of work midday in a man's car, not once, but 3 times. By noon, she had an emergency meeting with HR. By 2 p.m., she was on leave. And still, she didn't call me, because she was scrambling, panicking, pretending she had control. But the real hit came that night. I uploaded everything to a private Google Drive folder and emailed her family, her parents, her sister, even her cousin in Oregon, the one she always bragged about being like a second mother. Subject line: before you hear it from her. No message, just the link. She called me 20 minutes later, sobbing, screaming, begging. You sent it to my mom? My mom. I did, I said calmly, because I wanted them to see the truth, not the version you were gonna spin. You're destroying my life, she cried. No, I said. You did that. I'm just removing the mask. She went silent. I could hear her breathing, erratic, panicked. Why are you doing this? Because you didn't just cheat on me, I said. You humiliated me, lied to me in my own home, played me like I was disposable. And now you get to see what that feels like. I ended the call. Later that night, she came home to an empty bedroom. I had cleared out my clothes, my laptop, everything. What I left behind was a single printed photo, framed, just like the one I gave her on her birthday. Only this one was of us. Happier times. Laughing on the beach. A note sat beneath it. This is what you destroyed. I hope he was worth it. 3 weeks later, we met in the conference room at my attorney's office. She looked nothing like the woman I used to know. No makeup, hair pulled back, nervous fingers locked together. The confident, composed version of her, the one who once giggled into the phone while planning a betrayal, was gone. Now she was just quiet, broken, good. Her lawyer sat beside her, middle-aged, flustered, trying to play tough. But he didn't have a leg to stand on. Not with the evidence. Not with what I brought to the table. My attorney laid it out clean. I want the house, the joint account, the SUV. No alimony. No contest. Her lawyer started to protest, until Ben slid the folder across the table. The one labeled full disclosure. Inside were the timelines, the call transcripts, the surveillance photos, the audio clips, including one of her moaning the other guy's name crystal clear. And beneath that, a notarized letter from her employer, confirming her unpaid suspension and pending review for professional misconduct. She didn't look at the folder. She just stared at the table, defeated. Her lawyer leaned in, whispered something to her. She nodded once, quietly, and just like that, she signed. No fight, no last-minute speech, no twisted attempt to justify herself. She handed over the pen with a trembling hand and didn't meet my eyes. But I looked at her. I wanted to see her feel it. Not just the divorce, not just the embarrassment, but the cold, brutal truth. She gambled a solid life, a faithful husband, and a future, for backseat hookups and ego boosts. And she lost. Ben collected the documents. Her lawyer stood to leave. She didn't move. As I reached for the door, she finally spoke. I loved you. Her voice was hollow, like she didn't even believe it anymore. I stopped, just for a second. Then I turned back. No, I said. You loved the version of me that didn't know who you really were. And I walked out. No looking back. No guilt. No hesitation. I didn't just survive what she did to me. I rewrote the ending, and made damn sure she would never forget it. The end. And she never heard my car's Bluetooth connect again. Comment justice if he did the right thing, or mercy if you would have walked away.